Imagine the exact moment existence begins. There is no physical matter, no time, and no space. A divine consciousness awakens in the endless void and manifests reality simply by observing it. A single thought creates a boundary, and the universe takes its first breath. But this method of creation comes with a hidden structural flaw. In this primordial state, the mind has an infinite capacity to rethink its own creations. What if the consciousness thinks of the void twice? What if it gathers identical truths in a slightly different order, or repeats the exact same thought 1,000 times in a row? Human intuition relies heavily on sequence and volume. We assign special value to the label of being first, and we naturally assume that a declaration repeated loudly and frequently carries more weight than one whispered once. If the mathematical universe absorbed these superficial human traits, the cosmos would break. Reality would bloat into a chaotic hall of mirrors, populated by infinite phantoms that share the exact same essence, but masquerade as distinct entities. The invisible metric that governs logic would be blinded by redundant data, completely stalling the progression of the universe. To prevent the firmament from drowning in these infinite illusions, the consciousness deploys a cosmic patch. It establishes the great seal of identity, known in mathematics as the Axiom of Extensionality. This axiom operates on an absolute rule. A thought is defined strictly by the truths it holds inside. It possesses no physical shell, no name, no color, and no location. The exterior is entirely irrelevant. This law instantly targets the first illusion of vanity, sequence. Imagine a mind gathers truth X and then truth Y into a thought. Then another mind gathers truth Y and then truth X. The ego insists, mine was gathered first, therefore it is distinct. The invisible constitution of reality specifically strikes down that ego. Look closely at this equivalence. Inside the abstract perimeter of a thought, there is no memory of creation. A thought does not record the order in which its internal elements were born. The concepts of first or second cannot survive here. They are burned away by the radiant truth of the elements themselves. Time and sequence exert zero control over mathematical identity. If the internal ingredients match perfectly, the illusion of separation shatters. The system treats them as the exact same entity. The law then pivots to dismantle the second claim of vanity, repetition. It challenges the assumption that declaring a truth endlessly makes it heavier or more significant. Let's test the system. Take a single, identical truth and force it into the mind's inventory multiplicatory. The text issues a formal, mathematically rigorous ruling. A mind can scream a truth 1,000 times into a single conceptual boundary, but the volume of that declaration adds exactly zero mass to the thought itself. The essence remains unaltered. Truth simply is. How loudly or how frequently it is announced holds no power over its existence. When the blade of extensionality sweeps through the firmament, the cosmic aftermath is immediate. The law judges every single thought in existence. The entire hall of mirrors is eradicated. Millions of redundant, bloated phantoms are forced to obey the rule of pure internal contents, and they violently collapse together into a single, brilliant point of logic. All duplicate histories, superficial labels, and loud echoes simply dissolve. What remains is a perfectly stable bedrock of purely unique truths. The noise is gone, and the mathematical landscape is finally capable of supporting the infinite, complex architecture of reality without fracturing. This filter acts as the ultimate eradication of vanity. It is the literal death of the ego within logical systems. In mathematics, and at the deepest foundations of the cosmos, you are never defined by your outer shell, the history of your creation, or the volume of your existence. Identity is forever chained to pure essence.